16 years ago, George W. Bush declared war not only on a people, but on an idea. America is no stranger to wars, however, tackling terror has cost more than just billions of dollars. It's cost lives and continues to affect families and homes on both sides. Fast forward to 2017, Trump continued and expanded military involvement in Afghanistan, marking the 16th year of America's longest war. That's 16 years of fatality and devastation over a decades-long conflict, still with no end in sight. Though many believe U.S. intervention in Afghanistan started post 9/11, if you include Operation Cyclone, a program that armed and financed religious extremists back in 1979 under Jimmy Carter, then you're talking close to 4 decades of some form of involvement. The Cyclone extremists would eventually spur the formation and rise of the Taliban, the Afghan government who, alongside fanatic factions throughout the area like Al-Qaeda, stayed on the U.S. radar into Obama's administration just long enough for ISIS to debut. Some interesting facts you may not know about the Taliban is that they outlawed opium and extended invitations to the U.S. State Department on more than one occasion to extradite bin Laden, which was turned down because we do not negotiate with terrorists. The notion America is trying to eliminate terrorists from the world, in my opinion, is circumspect. War embodies terror. This idea that you can effectively fight fire with fire in this type of scenario is lunacy. Combating terror has become a catchphrase like national security, a catchphrase that allowed subsequent Libyan, Yemen, Iraqi, Pakistani, and Syrian wars to be fought under that same played-out guise. Perhaps there isn't a singular reason for the Afghanistan invasion, but their rich natural minerals, access to oil, strategic location, and opium are likely key factors that played into it. Though the Taliban outlawed opium, since America's occupation, Afghanistan has seen a bumper crop alongside the burgeoning U.S. crisis stemming from drugs derived from opium. Do you think there might be a connection there? You have to understand, the world is a stage. Most of what is propagated in the mainstream is theater. Few would argue that a sizable strategic military initiative aimed at a foreign enemy is a vast undertaking. How long would you say organizing a calculated response to a terror threat would take? Declaring war, mobilizing troops, setting up an occupation phase seemed almost premeditated, as if these plans had been previously drawn up. Indeed, people like Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld confirmed drafts of initiatives involving Afghanistan were circulated as early as June of 2001. The question, of course, then becomes, to what extent are these operations premeditated and who's writing the playbook? What can we do, though? We still have to go to work, still have to pay rent. We're powerless, right? I submit the best weapon is to inform ourselves, research, spread awareness. If this video is part of that research, then walk away with this. There are far too many inconsistencies surrounding 9/11 and the sequence of events that followed. 9/11 was a black swan event, a catalyst that put us on a trajectory we won't easily be turned away from. I think the duration of this war and the nonchalance of those perpetuating it sincerely speaks to that.